And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph, darling. Man, today I am excited outside my brain because I'm going to teach you guys how to get fired up outside your brain. What I've noticed about my channel is that it has become a happiness channel. Whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, that's just how it is, because for some reason people don't understand how to be happy. And that's one of the most important things for us to learn in life. So let's start understanding happiness. I've made a video about this in the past, but today I'm going to speak a bit more about how to get excited outside your brain. That's taking happiness to another level, okay? Because you've got content, which is, I'm happy, I'm peaceful, it's good. And then you've got outside your brain happiness, that is basically you moving in the direction of where you want to go and being excited about it, because that's going to make you even more happy. This is about becoming happy about your past, happy about your present, and happy about your future. Let's just quickly go through that for a second. Being a winner. When are you most happy? When you lose or when you win? When you win, obviously, especially us as men. We're competitive by nature, which means that we want to win, no matter what, at all costs. Sometimes people cheat, but it's fake. Because if you win because of you cheating, you didn't really win. You're like a massive loser if you cheat. If you actually, however, won fair and square, that's a completely different story. If you've got the past, and you're looking at your past, every one of us have a past. How was it? Right? Very often you'll look back and you'll say, man, it was crap. My past has been crap so far because I'm comparing myself to everyone else. Look at what they're doing. And I'm not doing that, which means I've made some bad decisions in the past that have brought me to who I am today. And very often when you're not happy, it is completely related to your self-worth. Have you noticed that? If you feel very good about yourself, you're happy. If you feel bad about yourself, you're unhappy. Your past is basically a loss for you if you're unhappy. Let's make it into a win. I spoke about this in the last video, how to get power. You have to look at your losses as wins. That's a decision. Every single time you lose, you have to make it into a win. And if you've lost a lot in the past, we have to make all of those losses into a win. Does that make sense? How do you do that? By learning something from the past, learning something from every single loss that you've gone through, and then changing the present. Your past is messed up. Good. That's awesome. You should get fired up outside your brain, because that means that you have an advantage compared to those whose lives have been easy. Why? How is that possible? It's because now, because you've learned from the things that have happened, because you've learned from the past, you'll make sure that those things never ever happen again, and you'll make sure that you stick to an environment that allows you for that to never happen again. The people who have had it easy very often don't progress as fast as those that have had it hard. The people that have it easy don't progress as fast as those that have had it hard. Why? Because those that have had it hard are more motivated to make a change for improvement. They want to run away from that they've experienced. Does that make sense? Like, if you wallow in lack of self-worth, and it's like, this is never gonna change, I'm always going to be in my past, okay? You know the saying, your past is not your future. And in many aspects, your present is not your future either. Very often you're stuck in the present and in the past. And because you're stuck in those two, you're stuck thinking negatively about the future. We can't do that anymore. It's done. It's over. Now you are a winner. The negative thoughts that you have about the past means that you feel negatively about the present, which means that you're gonna think negatively about the future. Especially if your emotions are intense in the now. Do you see how all of this is tied together? It's all about masculinity, guys. You tie masculinity into it, and what is masculinity? Definition is to be able to control one's thoughts, one's emotions, and one's behaviors. If you're not able to control your thoughts, emotions, or behaviors, then you're not masculine. No matter how masculine you look. Right? It's all about controlling your thoughts, your emotions, and behaviors. The moment you're able to control your thoughts, you are able to control how you feel. And if you're able to control how you feel, you now can choose to be happy about the present. And you can choose to be happy about your past, no matter how sucky it was, no matter how horrible it was, no matter how many people died, no matter how many times, no matter if you, beat up that prostitute, no matter what experience you've had in the past, you can look back on it and make it a win. How do you make beating up a prostitute a win? How? How is that physically possible for you to make that into a win? The only way to make that into a win is to first admit that it was wrong, right? And second of all, you then have to assure and make a decision that you will never, ever, ever do something like that ever again, right? The third step will be that I'm gonna fight women's cause for the rest of my life. I'm gonna make sure that no one else does that, if possible. I'm gonna begin to progress in my own life so that we can make this world a better place. Because obviously, if you've beaten up a prostitute, you've had a very difficult childhood. There's a reason why you were in that predicament and in that state of mind, right? I'm not judging you, and I'm not judging those that have had horrible experiences in the past. Not only happened to them, but maybe you've done horrible experiences to others, right? I've done that too. I bullied a girl when I was a kid. A horrible experience, okay, for her, not me. I was laughing, okay? I was the bullier. I was the bully, okay? There was an overweight girl in my class, and I at that time I was with my friends, and then I pulled my shirt up, and I tucked my stomach in to make myself even thinner, and then I told her, "You're never gonna become this thin," and then I laughed hard with my friends. What a horrible thing to do. Horrible. Absolutely ridiculously horrible. Right? She's gonna have issues with that for a long period of time. And she did. She had self-worth issues because of my bullying. Right? I can make things right. I can make that experience into a win, even though it was a horrible loss for my character, for who I am. I was a kid. I didn't know better, right? I thought I could just have fun and whatever. But no, the things that you do have a massive reach, have massive consequences. The things that you say, the thing that you do, because we are examples to others, right? I'm not proud of that past, obviously, but I have to make it into a win, or else it's going to impede my ability for my happiness, but also for other people's happiness. What if I just suddenly wallowed in my insecurity and suddenly I did horrible things in my past. And because I did horrible things, I'm a horrible person. It was an event, okay? I don't have to care about it anymore in the sense of I'm a horrible person. I'm not a horrible person. I know that, okay? The thing is that it can be compared to negative emotions in your brain or negative thoughts. Or negative self-talk, okay? What happens when you're talking negatively to yourself? What can you do to change that? The only way you can change that is to dilute it. It's like a glass of water that is filled with junk, or filled with ink, or filled with poison, whatever it is. The only way to purify this water is to put pure water in there, right? And preferably not just drops, because then it's going to take forever. How long do you want to sit there waiting for your glass to get pure? It's like drop, I put a drop in there. What is this drop? Oh, it's Joseph's videos. I put this drop in there. It's a drop of positivity a day. Yeah, I get a little bit positivity. Dude, you need a freaking massive amount of water coming into that glass as fast as possible and as intensely as possible, right? The more you do that, the faster the water is going to come out. The bad water is going to come out. It's going to float to the top, and then eventually it's going to overflow, and then eventually you're just going to have pure water. And pure water is the ability to control your thoughts. If you can control your thoughts, you can only have positive emotions, self-worth thoughts in your brain, right? We're purifying yourself. This is stage foundational aspects to get to happiness, and then when we get to happiness, we can get to massive motivation, and when we got massive motivation, then momentum starts kicking in, and we can get fired up outside our brains because we've got momentum. Massive things are happening, and things are just flowing to you continuously. It's a step-by-step process, one small step at a time, and it's gonna suck in the beginning. You're gonna suck. That's okay. That's awesome. Okay? Because you're progressing one small step at a time. You're moving towards the picture of who you truly are. At your core, your potential. You will get there. Okay? The thing is that when you're so... I mentioned masculinity. Masculinity, femininity. Masculinity is the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Femininity, as a man, is you not being able to control your thoughts. And because you can't control your thoughts, you can't control your emotions. And very often your emotions then will be very, very powerful. They'll be so intense. And because they're so intense, you believe that the emotion that you feel in that moment is going to last forever. It's not. It's ridiculous to think that an emotion is going to be with you forever. Emotions come and go depending upon what you think about. That's it. You think about something else, the emotion goes away. So it's all about understanding how to control your thoughts and emotions. Because then you can control your do you guys understand this? Masculinity is the key for you to become happy outside your brain and be fired up forevermore, eternally. This is not just an on-earth thing. You figure out how your brain works, you'll be able to have it in the afterlife too. I believe in the resurrection. I believe you get your body back. I believe you get your brain back. And you manage to control it. So once you're able to control your thoughts, man, the possibilities are endless. It's huge. Masculinity. Okay? Femininity for men is not good. Not good at all. Depart from it. Get rid of it. This is your quest, your life purpose, to become a man, to think rationally, to think logically, and then to enjoy emotion because you're able to control it and use those emotions to funnel you towards your dreams and goals. Right? So, if we understand this, then we're able to now control our thoughts in the present. It's going to take a while before you manage to do it, right? But if you improve 1% today, right, it's going to be easier tomorrow. And if you improve 2% tomorrow and improve 3% tomorrow, it's all about improvement, over time. I love investing in people because people are the quickest returns. Okay, you can invest in stocks, or you can invest in cryptocurrency, or you can invest in gold, or you can invest in companies, or whatever it is that you want to invest in. Trust me, the fastest return on investment is investing in your brain, your personal mind, because you decide how fast you grow. You decide how valuable your brain becomes, right? You decide how high value you become. No one can stop that. Only you can stop how valuable you are. Only you. I can't stop that. I can't stop you from reaching your full potential. I can't stop you from making a decision that I will become the most high value man I could possibly be. And you can compete with others. In many aspects, it's fun for us as men to compete against others. It's okay to compete against others, but only compare yourself in the sense of competition, right? If you compare yourself too early to others that are so magnificent and so amazing, I'll never become like him. Is that feminine or masculine? That's feminine. Masculinity is, man, I'm going to get better than this guy. It's going to take me a long time, but I will become better. You know the cool aspect about like generationals. Like my son, if he follows the philosophy that I have outlined, okay, that we've discovered over time, he's going to become more successful than I am. For sure. Because he's got a faster foundation. I had to figure out all this crap on my own. Right? No one taught me this stuff. No one. He will be able to learn this directly from me and directly from these videos. Just like you are. You're going to become more successful than I will ever get. Because the foundational years is where it's at. It's in the beginning that creates the exponential growth phase. The faster you establish the exponential growth phase, the more high value you get, and the faster you'll get there. And the faster you'll progress past anyone else. Get the competitive edges that are possible, and they're massively possible throughout this channel. Okay, again, once you make yourself a winner in the present, okay, we kind of have to start with the past because that's affecting the present. Okay, I'm a winner now. Everything that I've done in the past is a win. Everything. I love myself. I'm awesome. I'm freaking awesome because I'm watching this channel. Just the fact that you're watching this channel is making you awesome. Okay? Your past is a win. Congratulations. You've got the gold medal now. Okay? That is done. Your past is not your future, but if you put it in a sense that you are a winner because of your past, let's now make the future even a bigger win. Okay? So now we've done that. You're a winner in the present, you're a winner in the past. That means that you will automatically become a winner on an exponential growth phase in the future. Can we agree with that? That's the foundational piece, guys. You got to learn to love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Feel awesome about yourself. And feel awesome about the future in the sense of, I will become better. I will improve. I will improve every single day. Every single day. Every single day. You'll feel fantastic about yourself. However, it gets worse before it gets better, doesn't it? Okay, there's two aspects. This is taught in the Slide Edge book by Jeff Olson, where he explains that there's two, you've got A and B. A is where you are today. B is where you want to go. That's the dream. That's the goal. That's your character. That's your money situation, your health, your everything, your relationships in the future. You got A, you got B. A is where you are today, which sucks very often, okay? But it's okay. We're going to get there. And then B is where you want to go. If you've got B there's tension. It means you do not have what you don't have. Meaning you have a lack. And very often you don't want to have a lack because that's a loss. A lack is a loss, right? Because you want to be content. You want to feel like you have everything that you want. But it doesn't work like that, does it? And you've been blessed with sexual desire. You've been blessed with the desire for more, for better, for perfection, I want to get more out of this life. I know I have potential that I'm not tapping into. Okay? The fastest way for you to get rid of the tension between A and B is to simply give up. Give up. Stop. Don't have the tension at all. Right? Oh, I don't want to become that anymore. I don't want to get rich. Oh, that was easy. Tension is gone. I don't want to get beautiful. I don't want to become handsome. I don't want to become a man. I don't want to become masculine. I'll just stay here in my femininity and wallow in my insecurities and my lack of self-worth and all my crap, right? Tension is gone. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's absolutely horrible. You want tension. You got to embrace the tension. We want to have as much tension as possible between A and B. And the tension is you moving towards this thing that is like an opposite magnet. You're like, I'm gonna get there. You know the fastest way to get to B The fastest way to get to B is to enjoy rejection. Okay? And get as much rejection in there as possible. You want to spend your entire day filled with rejection, as long as it's a rejection that actually will take you to B. If you're wasting time with the rejection that's never gonna get you to where you want to go, then it's a freaking waste of time, right? That's kind of like, I don't want to use this example, but I could use the example of having a job, right? If you stay in your job for 2 years, for 3 years, for 5 years, for 10 years, and you're being rejected every single time you go to work, and your boss is yapping at you every single day you go to work, and it's crappy, okay? That is a rejection that you could have chosen not to have, because it's not going to get you what you want. Do you understand what I mean? However, I got to put in there that it's important for you to allow yourself to be led in the beginning. It's important for you to have a good cash foundation. It's important for you to make sure that you have 2 or 3 jobs and get to 60 to 70 to 80 hour work weeks in the beginning, okay? And you should get there as fast as possible. Get yourself those 3 jobs. But at some point, once you have those 3 jobs and you are working 70 to 80 hour work weeks, it's time for you to start your side hustle. You have to start your side hustle, because that's the only thing that's going to get you out of those jobs, right? The only thing, that's the masculine time frame, where you are leading yourself despite you being tired and having tons of rejection throughout the day. Now you're going out to get more rejection? What? Because you fired up about the future. You're so freaking fired up that you're going to retire from having a job ever for the rest of your life. You got to use those times, the free time that you have, other than having your jobs, to progress towards your future. Because that's where you will create the momentum that will get rid of the first job, and then the second job, and then the third job. And then you're done. And then you'll never, ever have a job ever again in your entire life. And yes, being self-employed is a job in a sense, but you are your own boss. You choose your own hours. You choose which customers and which business partners to spend time with. Because it's yours, your business, right? That's what you want to get to. That's going to help you massively towards enjoying your lifestyle and being fired up outside your brain. It's those key hours that's going to help you towards motivation. However, when you are taking daily action, consistent action every single day on your side hustle, next to those 60, 70, 80 hour work weeks of having a job, then you can be fired up outside your brain at the job. Because you know you're not going to be there for very long. Okay, I've told this story to some people before. I'll tell it again. At one point, I was working as a salesperson for a gym memberships. I was selling gym memberships, right? And it was okay. It was good. But I'd been there for 2.5 years, and it was time to move on. I learned a lot of things about sales there. Wonderful. Awesome. Great. But it was done. I was done, and my bosses sucked, and I wanted to get out of there as fast as possible, okay? So I got another job. And it was a better paid job. I got paid like maybe 50% more, and the hours were like 30% less. So like my lifestyle was improving a lot so that I could also build my business on the side more effectively, I thought. So anyway, what happened is that because I got my job, the new job, I now could quit the first job. And I told them I'm going to quit. I'm not going to be here for 1 month from now. And they were like, oh, great. Okay, so I guess you shouldn't be selling then, because you're not going to be very effective as a salesperson. So guess what they got me to do? They got me to hand clean all of their nasty equipment. Okay, so all of the nastiest jobs that you can imagine in a gym, they had cleaners, but for some reason they wanted me to clean. Like it was almost like spite. Oh, you're leaving, huh? Yeah, let's see how excited you are about this job. And then I basically got fired up outside my brain. I was the happiest and most excited employee in that building. How? You were doing the worst job. Yeah, but I knew where I was going. I knew my future was going to be absolutely amazing. And I was listening to motivational tapes. This is a good thing for you guys too, right? Put on me. Okay, I wish I had a Spotify account. Maybe I can make that eventually. But listen to my live streams continuously throughout the day if you have the ability to do so. If you're stocking shelves, or if you're cleaning, or if you're doing something that allows you to listen to someone, listen to me all day, man. I'll freaking fire you up all the time about your future, right? I'll be your next Tony Robbins 2.0. I was fired up outside my brain listening to that stuff and washing crap and doing those nasty ass things that I was doing at the time. And it lasted for 1 month, and that was one of the most exciting things I had in that job, because I had time off from selling, right? But I was also moving forward in the next direction in my life. Anyway, I'm just helping you guys to understand, if you're fired up about your future, that will get you fired up about the present, because you know you're going to get there. A low self-worth will be like, I'll never get there. A high self-worth tells you, I know I will get there. And if I don't know how to get there, I'll figure it out. It doesn't matter. I've got exponential desire. Okay? It comes from semen retention very often. Okay? If you don't have desire, if you don't have, if you don't have drive to go in a specific direction, you're not practicing semen retention. You're content with where you are. You've just ejaculated. There's no motivation. There's no reason to do anything. I want to sleep. Okay. Also, an aspect that I want to share with you guys is the aspect of, since you're feminine, which all of you guys are, including myself, when we're all progressing on this journey called life towards masculinity, and we're never going to end up, we're never going to stop, we're never going to achieve, we're never going to become the ultimate man that we wish we could have become, right? But we'll look past on our lives and say, man, I lived a pretty good life. Like, man, I'm freaking awesome, And you could tell yourself, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man continuously, but you'll never get to 100% masculinity. Or do you understand what I mean? You'll never reach your full potential in this life. And that's okay, because there's more. There's massive amounts more. But you can choose to progress fast and faster than everyone else if you want to. But you, as a feminine man, you are an environmental creature. Meaning, you are the product of your environment. If you're masculine, you would be everyone's environment, because you would be the leader. Right? If everyone's upset and sad and depressed and all that stuff, guess what? You can be the one who holds, the hope, the fire, guys, we should do this. We should do this. You become suddenly the leader when you do that, because everyone who's depressed and without hope and without everything, they just don't do anything with their life. You could be like, okay, let's go. You know what? I'm going in this direction. Who wants to come with me? No one's going to come with you sometimes. You just go by yourself. Be lonely. Eventually, someone's going to join you. And then suddenly it's not going to be lonely anymore. And the people who's going to follow you are going to think like you. That's what's so cool. I had a conversation yesterday with Luista, one of my favorite clients, right? If not the favorite. And we're talking about how he was out with 3 of his buddies, and they were just not fired up. They were complaining about his lifestyle and his philosophy and the way he was thinking about girls and semen retention and all that stuff. But he knew, man, I'm better than these guys. These guys have no idea what they're talking about. Like, they've got strength in numbers right now. There's 3 guys basically yapping at him about how silly his practices are, or his life philosophy or whatever. But he knew inside, man, these guys suck. Their philosophy sucks, but it's tough being rejected, being ridiculed, being laughed at, and having that, obviously, right? But if you know inside, you are the leader here. You are the best guy here. And you also realize that you need to listen to people who have the lifestyle that you desire. Okay? I might not have the millionaire lifestyle like you guys are talking about, because then I would have employees and I would have this fancy setup and all that stuff. I don't care. Who cares? Right now, I'm where I am today, but I'm happy. Okay? You might not be happy. And to be honest with you, that's the most important wealth that you can have in your life. Are you happy? Because if you're not, you're poor in terms of happiness, right? And that's one of the fastest things that you can grab hold on, and it's a precursor to success. If you don't learn how to be happy now in the current circumstance that you're in, then it's going to become difficult for you to become successful. Because success attracts success. And people want to, once you are happy, successful people will want to be around you because they're around negative people all the time. People who are depressed and unhappy and all these problems, blah, 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 blah. Successful people love problems. And because they love problems, they're happy all of the time because there's problems everywhere. Right? So if you become happy like they are about problems, then you can be happy together. And once you have successful people being happy together, moving together in the same direction, exponential things begin to happen. Right? And the cool part is that you become officially the leaders of the world. The people that are the happiest are those that are voluntarily, okay, this is what's so cool. The happier you are, the easier it is to lead people. Because people are attracted to happiness. They want what you have, right? They want the happiness that they see in you. You are the example of true bliss and joy and happiness. So they want it. So guess what? They follow you naturally, automatically, voluntarily, until you've got this massive group of happy people, right? You can't force someone to follow you and then be happy about it. Right? And very often, if you are forcing other people, that means that you are unhappy yourself. Because if you were happy, people would naturally follow you. Do you understand what I'm saying here? People naturally, we all want happiness. That's the purpose of life. So if you learn how to become happy, then other people will follow you and begin to adopt your philosophy because it seems to be working. He's happy all of the time. How is it possible that he could be happy all of the freaking time? It's not possible. It's possible when you learn how to control your thoughts, emotions, and your behavior. Consistency. Consistency is key. If you're happy with the most boring, mundane tasks, and if you're happy simply because you know where you're going, you're going to be happy all of the time. All of the time. Right? Of course, there are times when I'm less happy than, other times, obviously, right? Because I'm not perfect, just like you guys. I'm feminine myself, right? But usually that's because of my environment, right? And the environment that I've put myself in is monogamy. My wife is amazing. You guys have no idea how amazing she is. Like in terms of the joy and the happiness she brings me, the amazing friendship that we have, her being on board with everything that I teach, and her being able to very often be sometimes a step ahead of me in the philosophy aspect, because she's so quick to figure things out. Okay, like when I have a question, I always go to her. Because I'm considering, she's like, okay, it's enough now. You can figure things out on your own. Because I suck, right? Compared to how quick she's able to figure out the answers. And that's why I go to her, because she's so fast. Like, man, it's amazing, right? But you got to understand that she, at times, cannot control her thoughts. Obviously. She's a woman. So she can't control her emotions sometimes. Obviously. And it's because of the setting that I've put in front of her, which is monogamy. And that creates a sucky lifestyle for me and for her and for our family. So obviously I'll be less happy, but it's so fast for us to get out of it. There's no depression stage ever because we know what's in store for our future. We know that we're progressing extremely slowly sometimes, but we're progressing towards where we want to go. Right? And she's part of that journey. And because I am happy all the time, I'm also her environment, which allows her to snap out of it quite quickly, so we're back on track. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm extremely happy as a monogamous person too, but it sucks. It sucks. But I can choose my thoughts and choose my emotions, and that allows me to understand that the future is going to be amazingly better in 3 Girls in Love. Does that make sense? So anyway, I'm just explaining to you guys how all of this works, is that slowly but surely we're going to progress and your happiness will be an exponential growth curve. If you don't believe it, then just borrow some of my belief, borrow some of my confidence, borrow some of my self-worth just for a split second and realize that you're going to have that happiness too if you stick to the Men of High Value community. Okay? Look around. See how many happy people are out there. Not many, right? Most people hate their problems. I love my problems because I figured it out. I figured out life, man. It's awesome. Life is a bliss. It's not a bitch and then you die. It's freaking awesome. And I hope that you guys could understand what happens when you've got the right life philosophy. It changes everything. And you got it right here in the Men of High Value channel. Let's look at some of the questions if there are any. Let's see. Always staying consistent. No fap at the start to all men's journey towards masculinity. Starts with our mind. Absolutely. Love it. Thank you so much. Another great video, Joseph. Donation coming. Love and gratitude, brother. Appreciate that. I don't very often put out the links for my donations, but I'll put it out for this video and for future videos. I need to put it on automatic. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. You guys are absolutely awesome. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and guys, come on. Let's build up this community. People need to hear this information, and we're gonna get there one small step at a time. I'll see you in the next one.